going on a run.
After a long time, we are back, and in this episode, we have someone with us who is not hesitant about his diverse viewing choices, just like his life. Hello, Sujay, welcome to On a Second Thought.
Thank you so much, Nikhil. I feel really overwhelmed to be here, and let's get started.
I just want to know, after all we have been through, all the waves that has hit us, are you happy?
I think with what waves that has hit us, I can just say for the greater good, we are ought to be happy in that sense because I might sound a little cynical saying that, you know, there has been a lot of lives lost and everything,
Yep.
but then still, those lives haven't just gone for, a selfish reason or anything. Those have paved ways for us to live more peacefully or, more securely. And it has just warned us to take more precautions and that, you never really know what is sure and, what's not going to be there the next day. This is full of uncertainty, especially this phase. So I think with whatever has happened, more than just the mere situation, it's a very distinct and great learning for all of us to take care of ourselves, to be precautious,
Okay.
and to do better for ourselves.
You told we're living more peacefully. So, what is this peace? Like, how are you living more peacefully after what's happened? Or how are you, like, processing this and receiving it? Because you're calling it peaceful, right? So, in what way is it peaceful for you?
See, as I identify myself as a millennial, and most of the others are listeners or anybody who are like probably more aged than us or Gen Z or whoever it is, we never saw any of such things coming. Such what do you say? Such calling out for help or such cryings and everything. Somewhere to what I have, or to be even sitting here to just talk with you right now, that itself
Is a privilege.
isn't not just a privilege, but it's peace.
Okay.
Bro, there are
Okay.
like people, whose families are dying and
Okay.
they have witnessed so much. And that is what I'm saying that, all of those are, not just mere things that happen because of the situation. It's realization for so many people that, you can be happy with the littlest things you have.
Okay.
And spending time here and just talking now peacefully itself, it, feels really amazing.
So, is this your perception of happiness?
I think, especially after the pandemic that we have been through and everything, it has been a process of great learning to me. So, for me, especially now, not because for the reason of finding happiness with whatever we have, I've kind of adhered to this situation and to this understanding that, it is possible for me to be happy with whatever I have. And in that ways, I think the perception generally it's a little cryptic when I try to explain it in words. But then, yeah, just like how I explained.
Why I'm using this word perception? Because as of now, how I can see happiness is so varying, because for me, how I see happiness is different than how you see happiness, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
for me, it might be, professional success or financial success or, a successful marriage or whatever. So it differs so much, right? Even though we are humans, we are same, but mentally we are so different and diverse. It's really interesting to know what others think happiness is. That's why I'm kind of trying to understand what your perception of happiness is.
I know it's very intriguing to know about one's, perception of whatever thing it is, be it
Yeah.
happiness or, how they perceive things to be as.
Yes.
But then when I can speak only for myself, for me, happiness, again, it's a very subjective term like thing. It can't easily be explained. Like for me, it's probably the basicest of things, or I don't really devote much of the stereotypical, happiness terms, success, or money, or an own house, or something like that. For me, it's like, I can probably just go outside, or see a leaf fall from a tree and see the leaf, and I like the leaf. I'm kind of happy.
Okay, so for you, it's all about gratitude in life, right? The way you're living your life, the way you're able to receive and give out information, it's much better than others in society. So I feel the way you perceive happiness is all about gratitude and appreciating life in general, right?
Yeah, I think we can come to a common understanding by that, but then again, it's just not that.
Okay. What
But
else?
it's beyond, like, happiness can also mean for me sometimes, hanging out with my friends, or some travel,
Okay.
or like, some alone time with myself. There are a lot of things that can contribute to your happiness. It's just not one specific thing, and I wouldn't limit my happiness also to one specific thing, like probably just go eating a gulab jamun or something. Like, I would want to try other sweets and probably be amazed, and like,
Just experience
be
life in general.
surprised. Yeah. I always believe, like, something in which my grandmother and my mom always said, like, you're not gonna carry anything when you go die.
You come alone, you go alone.
Yeah, and with whatever you have, and whatever, how much ever money you make or anything, try making others happy while you're happy. And it's just not like, since you have so much money, you're gonna be all luxurious and everything.
So that is, does it mean that you don't want to reach out and grow bigger with respect to finance or success or whatever? You want to, right?
See, again, that is again very subjective, because how people have valued success, I don't know what. Can you value success just because you're a billionaire or something? I don't
Not
see
really, yeah.
it that way. Probably I could probably somewhere come to, how do I say? Somewhere I can come to a point of agreement that if he's happy in his life, and if he's satisfied, say for example, he's I've had a coffee plantation or whatever, and I've had decent travel, I've seen few cities, I was very happy with my life, and I just
It's all about
left.
that content.
Yeah, and that can also be success, right?
Yes. Yes.
What do you think, Nikhil?
See, for me, in the recent times, I feel that you must have a bit of financial success. Okay, I might sound selfish or bad or whatever, but I feel you need to make money. And there's a celebrity, a famous celebrity, I don't want to take his name. He told, money might not make you happy, but it'll never make you sad. Even the basic of things, to the most complicated of things, there is always commerce, there's always money, right? So
Yeah.
I feel that is one thing, making money, and professionally also I want to be successful, because I'm coming from nowhere, literally from nowhere. I'm learning on my own. I'm trying to understand things on my own. So somewhere I'm this lone ranger who's trying to get things done one by one. Okay, it will take time, but I'm somewhere proud that I've been learning, and people are supporting me, and somewhere I want to just master this process and keep going. And I don't want to limit myself to one particular craft or language or whatever. I just want to keep going and going and learn as much as I can. So because see, I'm smarter today than yesterday, but I'm not. I'm dumber than tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel every day I get smart. Like, I'm just learning. I'm also like a program. I keep improving.
Yeah.
I somewhere rectify my mistakes and try my best to not to repeat them. So it's all about learning and earning. That's what I feel. So that is my opinion. And what do you think is, what makes you happy in general? Like,
Um, as of now, I'm really into watching different kinds of content, since we're staying at home. and
Oh,
I'm
that is like,
basically jobless.
I
I
know,
am
don't
not
even get me
into your
started. Yeah.
motto of learning and earning as of now. Don't take me wrong, but
No, no, no. Again, it's your perception.
yeah. So I've been into viewing different content,
Hmm.
and I think with the kind of films that needed exposure and that needed the audience to see,
Hmm.
to them to even like know that such kind of pieces actually exist. I think the OTTs or whoever, whichever platform that's catering to such releases or keeping audiences entertained,
Yep.
I think hooked. I think that is what is like keeping me actually happy to an extent. Yeah, I really love watching and viewing films and web
So not
series.
only mainstream, you can branch out and watch other stuff as well. That's why I call you
Yeah,
diverse.
exactly. I am never about just sticking into one thing. I also believe that, you know, see, there are varieties with nature itself. Everything is derived out of one family and they are just branched out again and everywhere. So why should most of us just like confine to commercial movies or big star movies or whatever, because that is the trend and they are the ones that are highly viewed and everything.
Just like a tree, you need to branch out.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel that, we should try, different things. I mean, as a country, we are so diverse. As people, as a linguistic community, we are so diverse. Imagine we are in Karnataka and you just travel 30 kilometers from Bangalore, the
Yeah.
lingo is different.
Yes.
How they speak. Kannada is so different. And that's how
The food you eat is so deep.
exactly, and that's how I appreciate like our state, our culture, everything. They're so unique and knowing about them. So
Okay.
that really keeps me intrigued and happy all the time.
All of this sounds really amazing, and I mean, I support you throughout. But you're telling these different films, they're not mainstream, okay? And they're not mainstream because of the audience. Audience don't like to watch, an art film per se. They want a commercial film to work.
Yeah.
That's why these art films are branching out to an extent that it may not even happen in the near future. That's what I feel, because see, every filmmaker, when he sets out to make a film, he wants to make a good film, no doubt in that. But there is commerce. He has a life, he has a family, so he needs to feed his home, right? So somewhere, if he only makes artistic films, I don't think his pocket will be filled, or people would even watch his content. So I feel it's audience responsibility to kind of make these branched out films into mainstream cinema, so that art will also flourish, financially also will be stable and strong. And some films are really educative. It's just not like there's a song or there's a fight, not like that. They actually teach you something, and that's the power of a good cinema, right?
Yeah, I agree with you with the commerce part and everything. And cinema is a very powerful means of communication that influences one's individual's
Yes, visual medium, yeah.
perceptions and thought process and everything. And I absolutely agree with you. And I think we as audiences are evolving. You know, the term hero, I think, was so male centric and dominated that even if there is a film which has, the woman protagonist in it, it's called women centric or a woman led film. That doesn't happen with male leads or anything, right?
Yeah, because women-centric films are so rare, or yearly one film you get to see. And
Yeah, but no, but there are films coming out and we are just not aware about it, or we are like, we are not trying something out like new. We as audience are still evolving, like how developing our country is. I think with choices and with, new content options, now the audiences are trying to, understand and view different things. And I'm really thankful to the OTT platforms for that.
yes, you're right.
I do understand the commerce part, and which is why big commercial movies are being released in theaters. Because why would they think about somebody else to, like, make them big people, and not cater to their own bread and butter, obviously. So with coming of OTTs and everything, I think even the smallest of movies that haven't been getting any exposure or anything, at least get a chance to be shown in such platforms, where even if the audiences are niche, they get to see them. And definitely, it depending upon the choices, they may like it or not. The entire process of filmmaking, obviously, it's tedious and it involves a
Oh,
lot of people and
yes.
everything.
It's all
So
dedication.
even if one's efforts are being praised by one, it actually kind of brings positivity
Yeah.
to the filmmaker and the people involved in the process to do more and be a part of the industry.
You spoke about how audiences are evolving, but I must say, this evolving of audience, the rate of evolving of audience is very slow. Even though you have OTTs, you have, I don't know, like so many platforms, uh, the evolving of audience is very slow. Even mainstream cinema is setting its foot into these OTT platforms, and I don't know, should I say this, but they're kind of polluting the space, because these commercial films also work on OTT platforms, believe it or not, right? The viewership is immense. You
Yes.
can't, no way you can compete with them. At the same time, OTT is doing good for people, especially budding talents. So I would say emergence of OTT can or might be a double-edged sword, doing
Yeah.
good and bad.
Yeah. See, again, everything comes into picture again. People have been staying at home for some time now, and they have been seeing some kind of content, the stereotypic, the ones which has been releasing in theater, the commercial ones. They would want that to enjoy at their home too. Yes, we get it. And with coming of different kind of movies and everything, there has also been life to so many people who could say their experience to other people, like YouTubers or reviewers. They're trying to tell people that such kind of content is available, it is nice, you can go watch them. And
At least these kind of contents are emerging out of these OTT platforms.
yes, exactly. Nobody knew who Pratik Gandhi was until Scam 1992 was
okay.
such a big hit.
Yes.
It's IMDb's one of most
Yes.
top rated things ever, right?
Yep.
Anything can happen.
Yep.
The business itself is uncertain.
Okay.
So I believe I'm a believer of positivity and everything. So I hope that, and I believe that the emergence of good content and worthy content will get its praise and thing that it deserves to get.
Okay. So no matter where you're releasing or through what means, that content will get its justice, is what you're telling.
I mean, if you again talk about the business part and everything,
Exactly.
that's again another debate, a debatable thing itself.
Okay.
Because not all audiences would also be okay to, like, see say probably a bold film on on a not so much talked about subject or anything, or everything can't be turned into comedy as well, right?
Yes.
So even to be viewed as a serious film also sometimes is difficult, and the business part and everything. I mean, it's a confusion in itself, but then, as I said, we're evolving, so we'll just probably have to wait.
One thing I've experienced in OTTs and in general is that when I'm bored, I'll be like, okay, let me watch a film. And when I get into Netflix or Prime or Hotstar or whatever, there is so much content for the viewer to watch that somewhere I feel good content is getting lost, or it's just not surfacing up because there is so much that's being bombarded on your mind. It's so hard for you to even decide which film you want to watch nowadays because there is so much out there, right?
Yeah.
Even Disney has its own platform now,
Yeah.
if you know. So somewhere even I feel difficult to decide what I want to watch and then set out to, watch the film or series or whatever. So it's getting overcrowded basically.
Uh-huh.
What would you want to add on to this? Because I feel it's somewhere it's a problem.
See, if I have to talk about the viewers, I would say, okay, you're getting confused, but then you have so many choices. But if I have to talk about the problem of filmmakers whose pieces available on the platform are not getting the exposure, even if they're available on the platform, that's actually a problem in itself again. Because yeah, they have invested in that, they have done that. Okay, it's on the platform, but it's people are not seeing it or anything. The license of that will be revoked and that will also be taken out of the platform, and then it's a problem for them again. So where will they be feeling or motivated enough to do good pieces again? So that again, it's a conflict in itself, and it's a
Okay.
very broader topic to talk about, especially with the availability of so many content. I think even every region has its own dedicated content platform. In the Telugu, we have AHA. Kannada, there's one upcoming called Katte Entertainment. I don't know.
Katte Entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Who's heading this?
I have no idea about it. I've just heard about it.
Okay.
I was listening to someone in Clubhouse.
Ah.
So, I mean, yeah, the business is expanding. The choices and the availability will to expand,
Okay.
but I think it also lies with the kind of again marketing or everything that also plays into picture. You just can't simply expect something to be released somewhere and sit quietly so that people will come and watch it or something. There are effective marketing techniques how you can reach out to people. That doesn't always include paying people or
Okay.
saying something about it. You can go your own creative way. I mean, you are doing a creative form of art, so there's no boundaries to that.
Yes. And in retrospect, I would like to point out one thing. There was a problem, and now there's a solution to the problem. The problem was not making the film, but releasing the film. Okay? Because you see, a decade ago or 5 years ago, when you make a film, you couldn't release it in theaters. You wanted distributors, you wanted them to give out theaters for you, and that's how you made money, right?
Yeah.
But now that problem is solved, okay, because of OTT platforms. I met a filmmaker 3 years ago. He had completed the film with one of the biggest legends in Indian cinema, but till now the film is not yet released. Why? Because he's not able to release the film. No one is coming forward to, give that pathway to his film.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess now that problem is solved because of these platforms. And
Yes.
the means to make a film is pretty easy now. Even with a phone, with a smartphone, you can make a film.
Yeah.
Just look at the number of short films that are coming up right now. It's so much.
Exactly. Yeah.
On a daily basis, people are releasing short films on YouTube, shoot, edit, and upload.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's become the step-by-step procedure that anyone can master.
Yes.
These short videos that people put up on Instagram, you don't want skills to edit a video now.
Yeah.
Everything is plug-in, cut, copy, paste, put this, and you're done.
Yes.
Making music has not been so easy. There is GarageBand, there is hell lot of options to make music, and everything is at your disposal, right? So number of people who are making films are also increasing drastically.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone like me who would want to make films, I want to make films, okay, and I have this fear, what if my content doesn't surface up in OTT, even though they kind of pay, enough money and take my content, okay, they will buy my film, but what if I don't get viewership, right? So it has its own added risk
Yeah.
with, the boon of technology is what I've seen.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to tell it very casually. I mean, what's life without some risk? But
Yep.
agreeing to what you say, I also have another question because since we have been, so adapted to, craving for something new all the time, phone updates, this app update, some Instagram other thing update, just because some app got banned, Instagram introduced another feature which is like trending,
Okay.
reels and everything.
Reels, yeah, exactly.
And how how much of a pressure it is for us, especially us growing age population, if they want to be showcased, whether in terms of their talent or creativity or whatever, there is this in craving for something out of the box, or something new. What is it that it's striking that that they would become famous in one day or something? That pressure too has led to many changes.
And and this want to become famous in one day, it's already happening.
Exactly.
Thanks to Instagram, Facebook, Reels, and what do you call it, stories
And
and IGTV and all that.
yeah, I mean, I don't know whether, I mean, creativity is very subjective, but then in the name of creative art and everything, it's merely, just trying to do something to get instant fame or something. I don't
Exactly.
really know whether they're
Exactly.
responding to quality or,
And these challenges come up on Instagram. That challenge, this challenge, tag them, challenge them, and circulate. You know, that is like a wildfire, man.
yeah, I mean, I do understand it if it's from a marketing perspective. If
Yep.
they do it for brands or a movie promotion, it's understandable. But, if you're doing it like for an individual thing, it really doesn't make sense. For me, as even if it's, I had a friend, okay, whenever we used to perform in our schools, annual days and everything, most of us, loved seeing kids dancing to a Bollywood song or a film song.
Okay.
Nobody was interested to see my friend in a Bharatanatyam dance.
Yes.
And that was very sad.
Yes, yes.
Because that is such
I
a
completely
rich form
agree
of
with
art.
you. Yes.
And, everything is responsible in one way or the other. And that is why I brought up Instagram, where creativity for me itself is at stake, I feel. In the name of trying to get more likes or comments, which what people crave for. I don't know why.
Even though with so much emergence of content, there is a sabotage of
Yeah,
talent or art.
actual creativity or actual, appraisal for form of art or something like that. I mean, you get to see people who are
The
like
feeling that is at
shouting,
stake. Okay.
who are shouting at making stereotypical comedies like, hey, you talk like this, hey, you talk like that, ha ha ha. People laugh and you tag them and you really, oh, so relatable. You put it in your stories and everything. And I just don't get that. So that itself, raises and brings a question of, and such a small topic of, being creative and showcasing your talent. And now when we talk about movies in itself, there is again another sort of pressure, commercial,
Yeah.
art,
Yeah, that is that.
and everything. So
Overall, it's like you kind of did solve the problems which you had, but gave rise to new problems which we don't have a solution right now.
I mean, you
This
could
is
say
like
that.
this is like the cycle. One thing comes up and goes, and there's another thing.
Exactly how our Kannada news channels report. One day there was black fungus, the next day there are rainbow color funguses.
I know.
It's one
That's
by one.
the way news channels work. I don't know. I don't want to comment on this because it's very toxic.
Yeah.
And when so much is at our disposal, we watch a piece of content like a film or a TV show. You have your opinions to voice out. It's your right. Okay, I agree that. But what I have observed is it's like it's not good or bad. If it's good, it's like the best thing ever, which is fine, okay, because it's only creating more positivity. But if it's bad, you straight away give hate comments. It's literally hate you're putting out there. I don't like the film. No, I hate the film. I hate the director. I hate the actor. He shouldn't make films anymore. You kind of take it so personally and shove it up their faces that the repercussions are very bad, especially critiquing nowadays. I don't see any constructive criticism right now. The word constructive criticism is a myth. There are only hate comments out there. That is what I feel.
See, I think with the advent of, technologies and what come, like, whatever is going to come in the next few years, everything is turning into a business. I somewhere feel, critics are also not genuine themselves most of the
Okay.
time. I feel
You're
that
feeling they are also fueled by other filmmakers or actors to give good reviews? Or
maybe, or they might be getting paid or even laid. Anything can happen.
paid or late, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, if they're your friend, how can you, like, give a bad review?
That is also true.
Nobody's trying to really
Yes,
being,
yes, yes.
that objective also. And creativity and, the form of art that we are viewing and everything is very subjective.
Yes.
And critiques are somehow, are going to bridge that gap of subjectiveness and objectiveness and try to bring out the basic elements of, say, how a film technically is, or how a film in terms of story is, and how it can be perceived by general audience, and give out a review, normally speaking. Now, I'm not going into the depth analysis and all. That itself is missing. I saw few, critiques and reviewers giving Salman Khan's Radhe film
Oh,
nearly three and a half
I
stars.
know, man. I know.
That were I couldn't comprehend one part of half a star given to that film.
You just can't wrap your head around that film. I totally
Yeah.
understand. And Coolie number one.
I'm sorry to all the fans and to all the masala cinema lovers, but no, seriously, there are better masala cinemas, man. Trust me, those two films were up to no good.
Can you suggest a masala film? Just out of curiosity, I'm asking.
Well, I do love content, and as you said, I'm very diverse with it. In terms of pot boilers and masalas, I've not been much of a Bollywood masala fan, but I've been a South Indian masala fan because they're exaggerated, dramatic,
Yeah.
and the physics is threatened to another level.
There is no physics. What threatened? There is no physics.
Yeah. So I really enjoy them because I get, my dose of laughter watching them. But one commercial film from Kannada, the language I mostly watch, and my mother tongue, that is. I think the my favorite pot boilers is Mr. and Mrs. Ramachari. I just don't know why that film is just very smooth moving, and I mean, obviously there are many patriarchal things and all that. Just keeping all that aside,
Just watch it with
watch
a
it
bowl
with
of popcorn or snacks or
and with
something.
a
that open
open
mindedness.
mind. Just don't think anything. Just watch it. I would watch that film any day.
One such film that I have in my mind is Aptamitra. It released around 2004 or 6, I don't remember.
But Aptamitra is not like, doesn't seem too commercial also.
Yeah, but it has all the aspects. There is love, there is romance, there is
I
thriller.
know there is unnecessary fights.
Yes, all of that make it so entertaining yet so gripping.
Yeah.
That is one of those films that I'll never forget. I guess given budget and the technology we have right now, I don't think you can top that film.
Yeah, I think the way they have dealt with subjects, characters, perspectives, and the theme itself,
Yeah.
Aptamitra is really very strong. And kudos to Manichitra Talu, the origin of the film.
I know.
It's really great.
It was very great. And now that, I'm not watching TV that much because of, again, these platforms we spoke about, the kind of actors we can look out for is immense,
Yeah.
The talents that are emerging is so good. Again, thanks to these platforms, they would have gone down the radar if it was only theaters.
Many struggling actors, even who are there probably from 20 years, I mean, most of them remember Manoj Bajpayee from The Family Man. Most of them remember Nawaz from The Sacred Games
Sacred
or
Games.
the other web series he has done. So, they are not just coming out for new talents, but already such powerful existing talents are
Yes.
also being shown. Gulshan Devaya, or even say Danish Seth's sister, Kubra Seth.
Kubra Seth, yeah.
All of them have been like,
Pratik Gandhi.
yeah. And I think OTTs in that way is also is a boon to so many.
Yes.
They're being paid, they are earning their bread and butter, they're doing what they like.
And somewhere they have this sense of satisfaction that they are acting,
Exactly, yeah.
I guess that itself is a big deal for them because considering the situation before and now,
Mm-hmm.
I feel they have given their share of limelight and they're utilizing it very well.
Yes, exactly.
And another observation I made was these A-listers who are going down kind of come to OTT to reinvent themselves because of the budget or whatever. They have that flexibility to test the waters. Okay, someone like Saif Ali Khan, I don't know what he was doing in the mainstream Bollywood, but Sacred Games changed him.
Yeah.
you know so these A-listers, even Manoj Bajpayee, he's famous for Family Man, right? And Abhishek Bachchan, he also came in the new Amazon series, right?
Netflix is famous because of Radhika Apte. There is
Yes.
such whole
Yes.
bunch of memes.
I know. Even Karan Johar has stepped in to kind of test these waters.
Yeah, everybody's trying. I mean, that's what I sometimes don't understand is when actors are trying to expand or try something new in terms of business, when they're shifting from mainstream to OTT releases, why can't they try it in terms of the choices in scripts? Instead of producing a good film, why don't they act in it because of their stardom or anything?
Again, you know what? The thing is budget. In OTT platforms, it's comparatively very low, right? So you can, experiment. That's why, few of them are very good. There's this Telugu web series, which is actually science fiction, doing pretty well, Pavan Kumar. So I think that's what people are ready to do that with OTTs, but not mainstream theater.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I felt. And yes, A-listers can come to OTT to reinvent themselves. That is the word I would like to use.
No, but I think no, given that their stardom and everything, why do they have to do a single type of movie? That's what I feel. Because
I
if
feel-
I see the
okay.
Khans, no matter what they do, there are so many commercial elements in it. We get it, bro. Like, why don't you just try a plain thriller or
Drama. Where is
Exactly.
drama in Indian cinema? I mean, there is drama in commercial, but that's
There's
not
exaggerated
drama.
drama.
Yeah, there's no mainstream drama. I've not come across.
Yeah, why
that
don't they
many.
experiment in terms of roles? I mean, you can change, the quality of Indian cinema with your stardom, with the power, with the money, the budget you have. If you act, or you at least, produce young talents to act in such things, it'll be such a great venture.
Yes.
It's going to benefit so many people.
I guess it's got to do with the audience also. That is what they want from their heroes, or that is what they're expecting from them. That is what I feel.
Yeah. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಪ್ಪ, ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರು ವಿಶಾಲ ಹೃದಯದವರು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ.
Yes.
ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ whoever these big actors, they do the same stereotypic
I
movies.
know.
We still be like, no, there are actors, we are their fans, and we're still loyal to them. Come on, man, they owe us for that loyalty at least.
I guess it's like we are giving what you want, you are giving what we want, and we have this mutual understanding. Fuck art.
I know. That's sad actually.
That's
but
very sad. You see, all these, I mean, in Kannada films, I'll talk about Kannada films. Even I watch the most. You come up with a good film. Luckily, there's Amazon Prime to rescue these films. They buy those films and put it up there, okay?
Yeah.
But the viewership is like shit.
Uh-huh.
Okay, even if people watch, they do kind of give this word to mouth review saying that it's good. You need to watch it. But it doesn't really help, They might bag few awards on the way, but financially, again, they go down.
Yeah.
So that is Devastating. Me personally, I haven't watched, Indian web series or anything.
Mhm.
So, would you like to expand on that? Because I want to know more about web series in India because I haven't watched any of them.
Web series have actually paved way for
Hmm.
different content, to be very honest, especially in terms of the culture
Hmm.
thing, and what happens at at the localist of levels in certain regions of India, just concentrating in that region and coming up with a story. I think that ways web series have changed the game of content. They are again curating to the commercial aspect as well, but then to bring out that lingo and that particular culture's identity and uh, you know
The
uh,
backdrop has changed drastically.
yeah, before we got to see only few filmmakers like Vishal Bharadwaj who would do an Omkara somewhere in UP or something. Now we have web series like Mirzapur and all other
Yeah.
things that are set in UP, Bihar, and we get to see all of them now.
So some of them give that urban touch, some of them give that local touch,
Yeah,
the raw.
the raw touch. Yeah.
So you want to say that Indian TV shows are more diverse than mainstream cinema?
Again, there's no dearth of content at all.
Hmm.
Probably we may not have been versed with so many films released or different kind of content released, but with emergence of series, we at least know that they're there. Instead of just being just in some film festival and not knowing to the public, we at least know that it's in some platform. So even when a Zoya Akhtar can do Made in Heaven after doing
Gully Boy.
yeah,
Hmm.
I think there's a bit of hope that even if a filmmaker is how do I explain, even if like a filmmaker is compromising on doing commercial for his bread and butter, can experiment with TV series
Yeah.
or releasing on OTTs. That
You
is
know,
what I feel.
I can't ignore this fact. When you took up Gully Boy's name, another domain that's opening up right now is awards.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you want to say about that? Because
I think I would make this very derogatory statement that from national awards to the most objective filmfare awards.
and these awards that are hosted by TV shows, sorry, TV channels, the
Yeah,
Z Awards or Star Plus or whatever.
everybody, they're all a hoax.
Hmm.
I seriously see no hope in them,
Hmm.
and I don't think that's a way to appreciate talent at all. I mean, if you really have to give it to people who you like or
Hmm.
who is some star actor's son or daughter, you better buy them as a birthday gift or something.
So many A-listers have accepted that these award functions are rigged.
Yeah,
So what's the point in bagging these awards and saying, they put up this title before the film comes up, like two-time Filmfare Award winner or two-time that award winner or this award winner to give that, what do you say, that validation. I guess that is the only use through, you know.
but honestly, tell me, Nikhil, who wouldn't be happy with when their work is being appreciated or praised? Right?
Yes, yeah,
Getting an
yes,
award
yes.
or getting
Even
the
I would be happy if they would, if some A-lister would present it to me in front of so many people, that too on a stage like that. I would be,
exactly.
but I feel that there should be more transparency,
Yeah,
honesty, and actually give awards to people whom you have to give.
exactly. And even if you see like the traditional award thing,
Hmm.
there's always just one winner. Here I see it being shared with like so many people and multiple things and all. It's like it also paves way for telling that you can probably improve better or to crave that winning thing for the next year or something. No, here if one does good and one does bad, both still get it.
Hmm. Yes, I agree with that. I guess.
So I don't see any hope. Again, everything is just turning into mere business. These award functions earn crores just because all these rich, dumb fellows pay like lakhs to go sit with these stars in the front seats and get to see them perform.
And again, TRP, the viewership is mad.
Exactly.
I guess that is why they're ready to
I
invest
mean,
so
people
much.
see Instagram paparazzi videos. Why wouldn't
Oh,
they go see an award ceremony?
I guess it's a win-win situation to literally everyone.
Exactly, yeah.
Literally everyone.
It's just a no-win situation for good cinema, but a win situation for people who are running businesses.
I know. It's like the social media will get their bone,
Yeah,
TV channels get their bone, stars get their bone, everyone get their fair share of money and limelight
yeah.
and business and all that model is
Hmm.
just worked out very successfully, and
Yeah.
they just take it to
I
another
mean,
level.
even in future, say for instance, I am doing some movies, or then I probably get an award for my work recognition and all that. I would still probably just respect the stage and people sitting there and do it, but I wouldn't wholeheartedly be how convinced that it's probably genuinely given or something like
I
that.
really appreciate Akshay Kumar for that, because he kind of gave his award to Amir Khan for Gajini, I guess, right?
I'm not sure, but then he got a national award again for Rustam, and he didn't give that back. So.
So you're telling it's on the value of award. If it
Could
was,
be.
if it
Because that year which you were talking about was some award which no longer exists now. So
oh, I guess it was, it was hosted by some TV channel or something.
yeah, so yeah.
I guess the session really opened up. It kind of, it's representing our age groups, frustration, opinions, our preferences and experiences. So I would really thank you to being a part of this podcast and this episode. Personally, I also learned a lot. So thank you so much for coming, Sujay, and I hope you enjoyed as well.
Thank you so much for having me, Nikhil, and you're doing really great. I hope you continue this journey of podcasting further and really do well in this. Good luck to you.
Man. Yeah, signing off. Bye.
Let's get scratching.